Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be attempting to predict the scores and results of week 1 of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. If you're new to the channel, then this is how it's going to go down. For every correct score we predict right, we get 3 points. For every correct result that we get right, we get the 1 point. So if I predict that Manchester United are going to win 3-0 this Friday against Leicester and the score is 3-0, then I get 3 points. If, however, Manchester United win 2-0 or 2-1, then I get the 1 point. If, however, Leicester win or there's a draw, then I get 0 points. And you can take the opportunity to join in all the fun. What I'm going to do is leave a template of the fixtures in the description below. All you need to do is copy and paste those predictions into your comments and predict your results. And the person with the highest score will get a shout out in our next video. But enough of that, let's just crack on with the predictions.
Okay, so first up we're going to start with Man United versus Leicester on Friday. Man United, they're a bit meh. They brought in some players. I don't think they're going to do well this season, as I said in the last video where we predicted the league table. Leicester, their performance in this match will depend on, I reckon, if they can keep Harry Maguire, if he goes to Man United or if he stays at Leicester. I think he's going to stay personally. I can't see him going to Man United. But I think Man United are just literally going to scrape by. It's a home match, first match of the season. Mourinho's going to want him to be up for it, even though he'll just complain about everything. And I think it'll be 2-0, 2-1 Man United.
Yeah, I actually agree. I'm going for the same scoreline of 2-1. I think Manchester United playing at home, they're going to grind out this result. You know, everything seems to be negative there at Old Trafford at the moment, but I think they're going to come away with a victory in the end, with a narrow 2-1 victory. Okay, next up we've got the Saturday lunchtime match of Newcastle against Spurs. Spurs, of course, haven't actually really dipped into the transfer market at the moment. I know they always seem to do their business late. Whether that's the case now, then, you know, they may have signed somebody by the time you've watched this video.
But as it stands, they're the only club in the Premier League who has not signed a single player, as far as I know.
Okay, Newcastle have done a little business, as we well know. But that business, has it been good enough? We don't know what's going on up there with the owner, the manager and all that. They seem to be a little bit moaning up there as well. But I can actually see Spurs going away and carving out a very narrow 1-0 win.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I just think Tottenham, will perform a bit better in my opinion. I can't see Newcastle doing well this season, to be honest, looking at their current situation. Even though I said I think they do well in the predictions, I think they're going to have a slow start to the season until Mike Ashley realises he needs to stick his hand in his pocket. And I'm going to say 2-0 Tottenham. Next up we have Bournemouth versus the mighty Bluebirds Cardiff City. Now, Warnock looking like he wants to do some last minute deals before the transfer window slams shut tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We're currently looking at Camarasa, I believe, from Real Betis. He would be a perfect transfer. Young, central defensive midfield, perfect for our squad, good value as well. Also linked with Tom Huddleston and Alvaro Negredo. However, I think that deal is currently off. Depending on the situation with the midfielder we could be bringing in, I still think we're going to be. I think we're going to be able to win this, no problem. In my opinion, away from home, first match of the season. Warnock is going to be wanting them to win, of course, and I'm going to say 2-1 to Cardiff City.
Yeah, whether Cardiff win or not, I'm not so sure, but the fans, the team, they're going to be well up for this one, big style, with everybody predicting Cardiff to finish bottom of the table. I think they will go there in full of confidence, but I don't think it's going to be a victory to the Bluebirds. I can see this one being an entertaining 1-1 draw.
Interesting.
Yes. Next up, we've got another of the promoted clubs. They're at home, though. That's Fulham. They're at home against Crystal Palace, a London derby. Fulham, looking at their business over the summer, they have brought in some decent players, but overall, I think they're going to struggle for most part of the season. They're coming up against Crystal Palace side who've done really well in pre-season. Looks like Zaha probably is going to be staying, and I can see the Eagles coming away with a comprehensive 3-1 victory.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I actually think, in my opinion, I think it's going to be completely different to what you think.
Okay.
I think this is going to be I think actually this is going to be a really tight game.
I think Fulham are going to do a lot of attacking, but I don't think they're going to get through that Palace defence. Fulham and the crowd, they're going to be up for it. You know, first game of the season, first time back in Premier League. But I just got a feeling with this match, Palace, everybody's looking, oh, Fulham's going to win this one. But I think Palace are going to win it.
I still think Fulham are going to win it either way. I think... I don't think Palace are going to do well in this game, to be honest.
Okay.
It is at Craven Cottage, and Palace, they're a bit mare away as far as I know. Or last time I was looking at last season, they don't do the best away, but it is at Craven Cottage, good atmosphere there. I think
it would be a cracking atmosphere.
Yeah, it would be great, even though they have all the
Yeah, Fulham fans, just get rid of those clappers.
But I think it's going to be 1-0 Fulham. Next up, we've got Huddersfield versus Chelsea. New man in Sarri hasn't been able to do much in the transfer window. He's brought in Jorginho. Chelsea have triggered the release clause of Kepa, I believe that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I just can't remember. But it looks like Thibaut Courtois is going to Real Madrid for £30 million, and he's coming in for a world record signing of 71.
It's going to be over 70 million. I don't know how much exactly.
It's a ridiculous price for a keeper. But I can see Chelsea being up for it for this game, and I can see them winning 2-0.
Yeah, Huddersfield at home, they're going to be a tough nut to crack. However, I think the class of Chelsea will shine through, and I can see them carving out a 1-0 victory. And can we see Morata on the score sheet?
Possibly.
Yeah, or Hazard if he's playing. But yeah, Chelsea, narrow win. Next up, we've got Watford against Brighton. Very difficult game to call, this one. Watford, opening day of the season, they should really be up for it, but Brighton going to be chomping at the bit as well to get this season started as well. Tough to beat on their day, Brighton, but I think this is going to end in a stalemate of 1-1.
Interesting. Well, I think Brighton are absolutely going to dominate this game, in my opinion. They've made some cracking signings in the transfer window.
But Watford have made their signings as
However,
well.
Watford have made their signings, but I think Brighton are just going to be too strong for them, and I can see this one being a 2-0 victory to Brighton away.
Okay.
Next up, we have the third newly promoted team, Wolves, going up against Everton. Wolves, it's like mini Portugal up there. Made some great signings. Adama Traore has signed for a club record fee.
Yeah, it's like 22 million.
22 million.
Crazy money.
Everton, they bought in Richarlison them for 50 million, something ridiculous. I can't believe they've done that. They haven't been too great in the transfer window either. Not some smart moves up in Merseyside. I can only see Wolves dominating this. It's going to be awesome at Molineux, I reckon, and it's going to be a 2-0 victory to Wolves. Yeah,
the atmosphere at Molineux is going to be amazing this weekend. I don't think Wolves are going to get it all their own way. I see Everton established Premier League club since, well, I don't know how long. Everton fans, you tell me, 1920s. I think they're going to go there. Everyone's expecting, or who I've been talking to, that Wolves are going to win this one. Opening day of the season, you can see Wolves winning this one. However, I think it's going to end up in another draw, 1-1.
Interesting.
Moving on to Sunday, we've got Liverpool at home against West Ham. Liverpool buying in really well, bringing some excellent players over the course of the summer, which are complementing the likes of Firmino, Mane, Salah, Van Dijk, et al. Really. West Ham as well have been phenomenal in the transfer market themselves this summer. However, are they going to have time to gel? The Hammers going up to Liverpool. The Cop are going to be in full voice before the match. Liverpool expecting to win this one, and I think they will. And I think they will comprehensively. 3-0 to Liverpool for me.
Interesting. Well, I agree with you. However, I think West Ham will be able to sneak in a goal there at some point.
Yeah,
just
Liverpool are susceptible at the back.
Yeah, especially with Dejan Lovren if he's not on, if he's not doing well on his day. And of course, well, they're going to have Alisson in goal instead of Calamity Karius, as people call him now. But I can see this one being 3-1, in my opinion. Could replace Dejan Lovren, but who knows, they might do it in January. Next up, we have Southampton versus Burnley on the south coast. Southampton, dreadful near the end of last season. They got the odd win. Mark Hughes couldn't do much with them.
Well, he turned them around.
He did turn them around. He did save them. However, if Swansea weren't there in the league, losing 5 on the trot at the end of the season, then I reckon Southampton would have gone down.
Yes,
in my opinion, with the quality of their team. They haven't really made any signings. Burnley, of course, bringing in Joe Hart today. kind of as a Rob Green as he went to Chelsea. One of those sort of moves just to back up Pope and Heaton, who are both injured at the moment. Not the smartest move, as he was awful at West Ham last season.
Well, I don't know, they're going to bring in somebody, aren't they? But what is going to happen with Heaton when he comes back in? He should be back in about 2 or 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, he's only got
and then you've got Pope as well, so who are you going to play?
Well, it's going to be Pope, Heaton on the bench as backup, and then Joe Hart in the reserves.
You think
I think that's what Sean Dyche wants.
How long is it? Do you know how long Hart's contract is? Is it a year or is it longer?
I think it's 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, it's 2 years.
You'll have to check on that.
That's what I saw on Sky Sports this morning, I believe.
Okay.
3 million as well. So, yeah, anyway. I think Burnley are just going to sneak past in this game. They've also signed Vidra from Derby as well. Forgot to mention today. Goal machine last season, of course. I can see this one being a 1-0 Burnley victory.
Yeah, Burnley in the Europa League, so their fitness is probably going to be better than most teams at this stage of the season, you could say. Who's going to score the goals? Okay, they have brought in Vidra now. They've got Woods, who I think is injured. I think this is going to be...
Sam Vokes.
Yeah, this... Vokes as well. It is going to be a tight one. I know that Sparky Hughes, he's going to want to get off to a positive start. Not going to concede many. Burnley don't score that many anyway. I can actually see this one ending in the only 0-0 draw of the weekend in the Premier League. Okay, for the final match of week 1, it's a bit of a humdinger. We've got Arsenal versus Manchester City on the opening weekend of the Premier League season at the Emirates. If this was at the Etihad, then I think Manchester City would probably run away with this one. However, Arsenal, I think they're going to be, with a new manager there, the fans are going to be up for it. It's packed house, massive game. Whether they can do enough to win this one, I'm not so sure. Ozil, by all accounts, has been doing fine in pre-season. They got a new defence. They got a new defence there, defensive line. I can actually see this one ending 1-1. I think that's about four or five draws for this opening weekend for myself.
Well, I can actually see this one being a very high-scoring game, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, they've got the strikers there, Aubameyang, Lacazette, we've got Jesus and Aguero all on the pitch. Well, whether they all
Sane,
on the pitch at the same time, we don't know.
Mahrez, but who knows? Yeah, I think it's going to be a really high-scoring game. Arsenal brought in some really good players. Great manager in Unai Emery, who of course was PSG manager last season until he got sacked. But I can just see maybe at the end of the game, Man City running away with it, 3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
That would be an exciting match if it ends like that. So there we have it. That's our predictions for week 1 of the Premier League season. As I said, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them into your comment, put your predictions in there, and we'll give a shout out to the highest scorer in the next predictions video. And remember, we're running a fantasy football league this season. To get in on the action, go over to the official Premier League website, and once you've gone through the registration process, unless you've already registered, enter the code in the private league of 516-823-295-766. Once again, everybody, thank you for watching. We're going to bid you farewell now. Enjoy the football over the weekend, and we'll see you in the next video.